Guys, today we've got Costco Nike Dunks, a huge Supreme drop happening tomorrow, and it's time to lock in because CPFM and Nike is dropping today. Welcome to the midweek re-up. Some interesting things happening in today's episode, but also some pressing releases, so we're just gonna hop straight into it. Forget the recap, starting off with CPFM and Nike. So these are the dunks that we've been taking a look at for a while now. There's a bunch of wild colorways. In general, these are some of the most bizarre and crazy looking dunks that we've ever seen. So it's called the Swamp Sponge collection, and actually CPFM loaded up to their website all of these different pairs. I think this loaded up maybe a week ago. So we got three different colorways. They're mismatched, so I guess we thought, based on the leaks and stuff, I was hoping that they would keep it the same, like a blue pair on the left and a blue pair on the right, but no. Three colorways. We got gold, blue, and sequoia, which looks like the most wearable one. At least this one isn't mismatched, but you're still getting mismatched materials. Like one of them is super furry for some reason. All of them have like a ton of exposed foam around them and like mesh on the toe box, which is just wild. Retail for $155, and all it says here is soon. However, leakers thankfully have given us a time frame, 3 p.m. EST, September the 17th. I'm hoping I can get this video out before that time so I can kind of pre-warn you guys. Also important to mention that these are US exclusive because CPFM I don't think ships anywhere other than the US, but we may see a Nike sneakers app release in the future. If it does happen through Nike, it'll probably be towards the end of the month, but again, I'll keep you guys up to date. Next up, we got Supreme dropping tomorrow, and they are going to be doing a couple different collaborations, one of them being Nike, but this is everything that's going to be dropping. So I believe the first one is a Dickies collaboration, so you've got like a bunch of different workwear jackets, some hooded jackets as well, hoodies, some t-shirts, some flannels, and then like literal work pants down at the bottom. So yeah, anybody who wants to flex Supreme while wearing workwear, you got a whole collection here. Jackets, flannels. That looks like a high-vis thing, like you're literally working in construction on the side of the road. The long sleeves look pretty decent. Pants look a little bit too close to like actual work pants. I'd feel a little bit strange wearing these casually. Nice caps. I think the main release is going to be the Air Force One. So we're getting two different colorways, a white and black pair and then a black and white pair. This is probably even more simplified compared to the original ones because now you have a blacked out Supreme logo, not even a red one, so zero splashes of color on here. Same thing with the laces. Also, the extra pair is just gonna say Supreme on it, and that's it. They're not red. But as usual, you guys know the drill. Supreme Air Forces do fly, and people seem to love them, so I can't blame Supreme for dropping more. Either way, these should be dropping tomorrow. Usual Supreme drop time, September the 18th, which is Thursday. Retail price of $124. So there you go. That's everything that's dropping from Supreme. Let me know what you're after, if anything, but let's keep it moving. This one I did want to quickly update you guys because I remember we spoke about this on Sunday. So there is two different Jordan Trunners releasing. So one of them is dropping today through Concepts, $115, and that is this Magic Hour colorway. Not too bad. Personally, I just wait till October when they're going to be dropping a bunch of other GR colorways through Jordan Brand and Nike. But for anybody who was interested, this colorway, a little bit better. This one I do like. These are going to be dropping September the 22nd, and I believe that's also through Concepts. Okay, Sneaker Politics and Concepts on the 22nd. So if you're after these, again, that's your next release date. Now, listen, this one I actually really like, and it's a little bit different to what I would typically go for, but for some reason, I am drawn to the Air Afrique from Nike. This is a dress shoe inspired by the Air Max RK61. Is that a model? I've never heard of it. Or maybe that's what this is called. Okay, yeah, so the Air Max RK61 is an actual model, apparently inspired by the Air Max Sunder, although I mean, you're hardly getting any Sunder except for like the sheath, I guess, the zip technology. These things look beautiful. Why do they look so good? I don't know why I like these things. Now, this follows a trend of like the whole sneakerification of a bunch of different dress shoes, like the New Balance loafers, or a bunch of different brands have done the loafer thing. This is a little bit different because these are kind of like loafers, but obviously like dress shoes. You've got the air unit in the back, which just looks cool. It's just like a elevated, cool looking dress shoe. Like, I would wear these things. And I'm not a dress shoe guy. You guys have been around the channel. You know all I wear is sneakers. They did a really cool rollout or like advertising for this. They got Didier Drogba. I think he was in one of like the commercials for it. They're calling it Air Afrique. You got him on foot with shorts, which I think looks pretty cool. I could imagine some like white tube socks would look dope. This is a cool shoe. I'm not mad at it whatsoever, and I did not expect to like these things. Either way, if you like them as well, they're going to be dropping on the 9th of October. It should be a global launch, I think, through Nike. I don't know if this is necessarily a collaboration. I think it's just a GR model. I think the rollout was just specifically crazy. Either way, if you're after one of the weirdest Nike shoes of 2025, these are it. Oh, no, I take that back. This is the weirdest collaboration of 2025. Nike and Costco. I did not believe this when I first saw it. I thought it was someone just doing one of these crazy imagine, you know, they use AI to make some picture and then they're like, yeah, what if? But no, this is an actual thing. This is a Nike collaboration on a pair of Nike SB Dunks with Kirkland. Kirkland brand is obviously Costco's brand, so this is quite literally a Costco pair of Dunks. So the way that they look is pretty bizarre. And I believe it's inspired by Costco's sweatpants. So I think they have like a whole series of like different, you know, hoodies and sweatpants and stuff like that. And I believe that's what this is inspired by. So what you get is the little Kirkland logo at the bottom. You also get like a little label. Let me see if I can find a better picture. Here's some better shots. We've got the inside tongue says Kirkland signature skateboarding shoe. It says sizes, and then I think the retail price over here as well. Like they literally type it out like one of those stickers they put on food items, I think. It's literally just gray sweatpant material on these things. They would get destroyed actually skating in them. I wonder if there is some like other material underneath this and they're supposed to be distressed or something. Crazy Kirkland branding on the actual insole. This is insane. How many booms would you give these things? 5 big booms. Release date for these should be at some point during the holiday season, so November or December. If we get any updates, I'll let you guys know, but please let me know what you think about the Costco Dunks in the comments. This I thought was pretty cool. Nike has updated their sneakers app to include a new feature called SNKRS Maps. So what this does is essentially give like a little map. It's almost like a Snapchat map or something like that, where you can see all of the different retail partners that sell Nike shoes. Now, I don't have this feature on my sneakers app, so maybe I need to update it or something like that, but I know that they are rolling it out slowly, so obviously they're going to start out in the US, but this would make sneaker shopping so much easier if you could just pull up the Nike sneakers app and then see what's around. Like, I'm traveling quite a bit and I go to different, you know, like places in the US, and I'm always interested to be like, oh, if I could just see a little map of all of the different sneaker stores that I could just go and visit, that would be great. I think this could be a really cool feature for people who are traveling. Like, if you've got any you know, trips booked and you wanted to see what the sneaker scene is like in each different city, you could just pull up and have everything around you just located on your phone. Either way, they're slowly rolling this out now, and it should be global, so I believe they're going to slowly like add more regions and more data to it. But yeah, pretty dope Nike. We got a little update on J-Tip's Saucony collaboration. We now have a somewhat of a release date. So we've got 4 different colorways that you could see over here. Very, very wild colors. Kind of seem like something they should have dropped in the summertime, but here we go. It's all on the Pro Grid Triumph 4 Saucony model. Flowers Grow Uptown is what the collection is called. So these are the colors over here. We got Sugar Maple, Perilla, Virginia Creeper, and Poison Ivy. They look fun, actually. The colorways look pretty sick. Again, $160 each. They should be dropping at the end of this month in September. So if we get any more updates, I'll let you guys know. But as of right now, nothing specific. This is a pretty cool collaboration. Chou, I think I'm gonna butcher his name and what this shoe is called. Fantaki Nike Air Max 95 Sanddrift. The idea is that this is inspired by a guitar, or more specifically guitar strings. So you get like a little guitar pick keychain in here as well, and like the side profile on these looks really, really dope. You've got like wood grain for a guitar, like kind of, I guess in the classic Air Max 95 gradient thing from like light brown to darker. They look incredible quality. These things are really, really sick. Looks ultra premium. I actually do like the wood grain. It kind of, it really matches the whole vibe, and even like the grain on the midsole as well. This is dope. So obviously these are official images, so these should be dropping very, very soon. House of Heat is saying at some point holiday season, so we don't have have an exact release date, but I would expect these, you know, November, December time. Adidas has quietly updated their 3D printed Cliamcool model, so these two are slightly different, and I'll be interested to see if anything changes with the fit and the comfort, because the original one for me was a little bit tight. It was comfortable, but it just felt like a little bit flat, like not as responsive as I would have liked from a 3D printed pair of shoes. But these get a cool new look, so they're kind of, I don't know, aged or something like that. They've just got like a bunch of scuff marks on the Adidas branding. They've also added an outsole, which is interesting. So now you've got like an actual traction pattern. I'd be very interested to see how this works with the 3D printed technology. Is this just glued on? I'm not entirely sure, but it does seem like an upgrade. They're like slowly tweaking it, so interesting little choice from Adidas to roll these things out. They should be dropping holiday season, even though this is definitely more of a summer shoe. Like, it's insanely breathable. Don't know if you would want to be wearing these in the holiday season at all. You freeze your feet off, but no exact release date, just fall 2025. This is really cool. Salehe Bembury has just previewed his own footwear brand. So he's been collaborating with pretty much, I mean, like tons of brands at this point. Crocs, New Balance, Moncler, the list goes on, but he's finally doing his own thing, and we've got a little look at the different sneaker models, which I think look cool. So this is the first one over here, a little light blue pair. It looks relatively simple at the top, but then the midsole looks insane. It kind of looks like maybe they're taking some elements from the Crocs Juniper in that like cartoonish style look to it. There's some other colorways as well, which look really, really interesting. Almost got hiking vibes to it. So we got 4 different colors over here. And we now know that the price point is going to be $150, which could be interesting. Like, if this is a seriously comfortable pair of shoes, I'm in. I'm down to try these things out. But yeah, these are all of the shots that we have. Not too much to go off of, but they should be dropping at some point this year. They basically look ready to go. So yeah, if we get an actual release date or any kind of update, I'll let you know. Speaking of new brands, Justin Bieber is pumping out samples for his next, I guess, drop from his Skylrk brand. So he's been teasing sneakers for a minute now, and it looks like it is about to happen. So this is the first one. Now, I've seen him tease a bunch of different sneakers. This one is not really my favorite. Visually speaking, it looks a little bit, I just don't know. It just, maybe it's too simple, or there's something about it that I'm just not a big fan of. These are samples, so maybe it will change, but I've definitely seen some more compelling things in terms of footwear from Skylrk. So there's another version of the shoe. Again, still a sample. Like, the tongue is changed on this one. This one looks a little bit better, a little bit more premium. Yeah, this one with the fabric, with like the mesh tongue, not doing it for me. This one is doing it for me. This one just looks a little bit more premium, a little bit more complex, and I like the idea of this one. Nice little mule looking pair of shoes. That could be dope. Yeah, that brown one looks sick. Do that for the fall. Then like a ton of hoodies as well. Like these camo ones, or whatever you would call this print, looks pretty dope. These are, I mean, I guess they should all be dropping pretty soon. Damn, he's doing a wild collection. Look at that. Kids stuff, so baby hoodies, underwear, and more sunglasses. So yeah, a ton to come from Skylrk. A lot of interesting new models and sneakers and stuff, so I imagine we get another drop pretty soon. Jordan Brand is dropping some more Travis Scott at home sneakers. You know, they love to do that, and this time they're doing the Travis Scott medium olive. There's a little bit of a catfish picture because these things look damn near identical to the Travis Scotts from this top-down shot, but yeah, when you scroll down, it's not an OG pair of Jordan 1 lows. Like, this is a different one, but the colors are very, very simple. So anybody who wants a pair of medium olive Travis Scotts, you got a nice little affordable option over here, and also some elevated material. So again, not exactly like the Travis Scotts, but you know, I mean, colors are pretty simple. These retail for $130 and should be dropping this fall winter time. Let me know what you think. Do we need more Travis Scott at home Jordans? Another holiday release, this time the Eric Koston Nike SB Air Max 95 collection. We've got apparel and of course the sneakers dropping pretty soon. $200 retail for the Air Maxes, which I think is a little bit cheaper than the other one, so that cannot be right. I do actually like the colorway. I like the materials better than the first one for me, which I thought the other one was just a little bit too underwhelming. I just don't know about this whole Nike SB Air Max 95 thing. Let me know what your thoughts, and these should be dropping pretty soon. Again, holiday, no exact release date. Couple 2026 releases. First one is the Air Jordan 4 Valentine's Day sneaker. So they're calling this one Sierra Red. We have taken a look at it before. However, we did not not see all of the freaking lips that you get all over this shoe. So we never saw the insoles, which have huge lipstick lips on like around the Jumpman. The outside looks pretty straightforward, but now I'm assuming the colors are based off of lipstick, so you've probably got like some metallic sheen to the red around the midsole. And then I think the other lipstick place is on the inside. Yeah, on the inside of the tongue, another lipstick placement, which, yeah, it really matches up. It kind of, now that I see the lips, I'm like, yeah, this is a lipstick pair of Jordan 4s. Either way, this is a Valentine's themed sneaker, so it should drop right before Valentine's Day on the 7th of February. So, you know, if there's someone that you want to gift these to, someone special, then feel free, or just cop them yourself. I think it is going to be women's exclusive, so only go up to, what, a 10.5 UK or something like that. We just found out that we're getting the Tour Yellow Air Jordan 4 expected fall 2026, so and add this one to the roster of other sneakers dropping next year. This is what it should look like. We don't have much. I think this is like the, obviously these are the originals, so we don't have much to go off of like what the actual 2026 pair is going to look like. But these first released in 2006, so it's going to be like some kind of, you know, 2 decades later, we brought them back. Either way, I'm sure we'll get plenty more updates on this before, you know, before they actually drop. This one I thought was a little bit strange because didn't we just get the True Blues? But they're returning apparently next year. I swear we just got them. Or I'm probably thinking of the Wizards pair. Either way, it was very, very similar to this, so I don't know how many people are going to be over the moon about these, but the last time these dropped, I think, was 2016, so, you know, 10 years, a decade later, I'm sure some people are going to be super happy these are returning. As of right now, not too much to go off of, just the fact that, you know, they should be coming back as true to the original as possible. And then potentially a 2026 release, Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low Shy Pink. So we keep on seeing Travis Scott rocking these things. He was pictured again wearing them. This is, I think, the 2nd or 3rd time that he's been out in public wearing these things, which usually indicates that we're going to get a release of whatever shoe that he's wearing. The strange thing about this pair of shoes is that it was rumored to be canceled. It was supposed to drop alongside a dark pony colorway, which was like, I think it had some pink in there, but it was mainly brown, and that got scrapped reportedly. But now he's rocking them, so it could be back on the release schedule, but we don't have any exact, you know, information just yet. Just the fact that he's wearing them, and it could mean a release is imminent. But if we get any more updates, I'll let you guys know. Final story. This one I thought was pretty interesting, although I feel like this is so much personal preference here, but Complex just released their 2025 sneaker collaborator power rankings. So we got 25 different collaborators, sneaker collaborators, and here's how it goes. We got Clot coming in last place at number 25. Tyler, the Creator, at 24. J Tips, I feel like should be higher. People love his sneakers. Pata, I don't know, bruh. With those DNs that they just dropped, you can miss me with that. Tom Sachs at 21. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I personally, no. I feel like, I mean, in terms of like newness, freshness, maybe in 2023 when he was doing like the general purpose shoe and stuff like that, he could have been here, but not in 2025. ASAP Rocky, yes, I feel like there's a lot of potential. He could have been higher, but I just feel like we need to see more stuff from him and Puma. Pharrell Williams, in my opinion, should be higher. Like, what he's done with the Jellyfish and Adidas, it kind of feels like he's brought back some more hype to his collaborations. He was massively hyped back in the early days and then completely fell off, and everything he was dropping with Adidas was like, nobody cared. And now it seems like it's on the up and up, so I would probably put him higher. Teddy Santis, 18. Yeah. Wales Bonner, yeah. James Whitner, I don't know about that one, bruh. Damn, last year he ranked number 4, so I mean, that is a pretty decent fall from 4th place. Supreme at 15, I feel like is going to be a controversial placement. Jound, get the hell out of here. I think they need a... I wouldn't be mad if they weren't on this list. They get, okay, last year they were 12th, so they've dropped down a little bit. Awake New York, loved their 5s, but I don't know, I can't really think of any other ones that they've done. Oh, the Airships, of course. Yeah, I think that's fair enough, 13th. Action Bronson, hot take, but I don't mind his stuff, but I'd probably put him lower. CPFM, I mean, when they do, it's pretty rare that they do their collaborations. Like, it's not super often, but when they do, it is something you have most likely never seen before. So I'd potentially put it higher. Yeah, last year was 7th place. Lil Yachty at number 10. 25 maybe. Joe Freshgoods number 9. Number 3 last year. Okay, maybe for the fall, yeah, maybe it's okay. Union at number 8. Don't know about that. I mean, I love the Jordan 1s that they just did, but I don't know if that's enough to drag them all the way from 15th to number 8. Salehe Bembury number 7. Yeah. Undefeated number 6. Don't know about that one. I know that they did the Jordan 4s, but it's like, is just dropping the Jordan 4s. Like, I don't really know what these rankings are based off of. Cortez at number 5. Bruh. Don't know about that. Ronnie Fike number 4. Bad Bunny at number 3. Nigel number 2. Yes, I would definitely agree with that. Travis Scott at number 1. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. He was number 1 last year. He's been number 1 for a minute now, and I think that is pretty accurate. But let me know if you would change up anything on this list. Is it cooked? Do you agree with anything that I've said? But that about wraps it up, guys, for the midweek re-up. Don't forget to join me every single Wednesday, and don't forget to join me on Sneaky Sunday, so on Sunday. Subscribe to the channel to always stay up to date, and if you want to catch another video, I'm going to throw one up at the top left-hand corner. Check it out.